Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about the apparent Coinomi wallet critical vulnerability which made me lose my life savings. Obviously not mine, that person that has shared the story. First I just want to say a few words. When I read about losing my life savings, the first thing comes to mind is greed, in my personal opinion, because one should never put all their money in one basket. So when you want to invest, I always say to people, if you're investing into one thing, that means you're too greedy or you're loving this thing so much that I find it very strange. Because if you are loving something so much, let's say in this case Bitcoin, you can still do something, so not all your eggs in one basket. What I mean by that is that if I was to store 17 Bitcoins like this person has claimed they've lost, I wouldn't put them into one wallet. I'll put them into multiple wallets. I'll be using probably I'll be using only hardware wallets, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that one should do so, but they would not be in one wallet. So simply because if something like this should happen, if vulnerability is exposed and whatnot, I would not lose all my funds. So if I was to use a hardware wallet, I wouldn't use, let's say, only Ledger wallet. I'll use multiple companies' wallets simply because I'm spreading the funds, and if something should go wrong, not all my funds will be stolen. I mean, it would be crazy if that was to happen, right? But when they are in one place, it's a lot easier. So that's just my opinion. I'm not giving anyone financial advice or any advice how they should store their funds. Anyone is free to do whatever they want. This person, it is claiming they've lost staggering amount of money. In my opinion, 17 Bitcoins, an all-time high, $340,000. And as we all know, this maybe will one day come back, and that's a lot of money. They've posted a detailed explanation of what went down, what the vulnerability was, and it all comes down to the desktop wallet. Apparently, when you try to reinstall your desktop wallets using the phrases, they are sent in a plain text, apparently by this person claim, to a Google control website, and from there someone that controls this website can easily take these phrases, and when you look at 12 words next to each other, one believes that it is from a wallet, and the first thing to mind is probably it's a Bitcoin wallet, and if you have control of them, obviously you can then steal the funds. Now Coinomi has come back claiming that that cannot have happened. We're going to look at quickly their explanation or their defense, but as we can see, a few other people have come out also claiming they've lost their funds. This person in particular is showing a mobile wallet, which is interesting because the vulnerability was apparently only in the desktop wallet, but they haven't said what have they done prior to their funds disappearing. Not so much, but still it's a Bitcoin. This person claims they've lost 3.60 Bitcoins, quite a lot of money. Again, they haven't really said what they were doing prior to the funds disappearing. Did they try to restore their wallet or not? Desktop wallet must have been, but there you have it. As you can see, 3.60 apparently gone. Now, one thing I also want to say is that when it comes to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency wallets, unfortunately, there are not names attached. Therefore, you can send any amount of cryptocurrency from one wallet to another and then claim that you were hacked, but that doesn't mean it truly you got hacked, because you could still be the owner of that new wallet. No one knows that that is the case because there's not name attached. So I'm not claiming these people could be lying, but they could be. So Coinomi officially responded, although they were contacted by Reddit 22nd of February. A few days ago they just responded, not quite sure, but I guess when it goes out in the open on Reddit, we've seen it with other companies as well, then they tend to respond. Prior to that, in many cases, I've read it before in different scenarios, they don't respond for some reason to the people, and they're claiming they got contacted and the engineers looked into it and they did find that there were a vulnerability, but they got patched 6 days ago. But unlikely, like it was reported, the seed phrase wasn't being transmitted in plain text. Instead, it was being encapsulated inside HTTPS request, with Google being the sole recipient. The seed phrase wasn't being transmitted at all unless the user choose to explicitly restore their desktop wallet. So as you can see, only due to restoration of the desktop wallets, although now it's hard to confirm because it's been patched and we don't know if that is the case. We just don't know. We must believe either Warit or we must believe Coinomi, because we can't test anymore. The spell check requests that were sent over to Google API were not processed, cached or stored, and the requests themselves return an error code 400 as they were flagged as bad requests. We can clearly see right here a picture. At least that's again what they're claiming, Coinomi. So it's down to one man's words versus a company's words, I guess. During these days, there was discussion, I guess, back and forth between Coinomi and Warit. But during these days, Warit apparently refused to disclose any details of his findings, which is very strange in my opinion, because if you were to disclose these findings, you still have the information. So I don't know. I mean, that's what they're claiming, and were kind of like saying to them that he wants his 17 bitcoins immediately. And unfortunately, as I mentioned already, no name is attached to that new Bitcoin address. Therefore, yes, maybe he did discover the vulnerability. I'm not now defending Coinomi, but it's so easy to send your funds, then show your findings and say, see, I've lost my money because of you. But it could have been just a case where he sent the funds to another wallet that he controls and then claimed that he got hacked. I don't know. Coinomi team never has access to these seed phrases or funds. No one else except from Google could read the contents of the encrypted packets that contain the seed phrases. Google rejected this request initiated by JX browser Chromium as they were badly formed, didn't contain a valid Google API key, and never actually processed them. What to do next? I think this is the most important thing for everyone else at this point in particular. If you're using Coinomi for Android or iOS, nothing to worry, apparently. But if you're using the desktop version, they do advise, and I would say, not an advice, but I would say as well, I think it would be a good idea to update your client to the latest patch version, so you have just peace of mind. Conclusion: we can be successfully securing your blockchain assets since 2014, and this isn't going to change now. We take security very seriously. We have professional audits and whatnot. We've had 0 reports of hacked desktop wallets so far other than Warit, so there you have it. Unfortunately, apparently no other wallets were hacked except these other 2, but who knows, which however cannot be sustained by the underlying facts. There is still a way to investigate the authenticity of his claim, and if the funds are indeed stolen, or it was much more likely due to an infected host rather than Google itself stealing these funds. So that could be obviously the other case where something else went wrong. He truly got hacked and his funds disappeared, but it wasn't down to Coinomi or Google. I guess we may have to wait for quite some time to discover. Hopefully we will find exactly what happened at later stage, but at this stage, so many questions to be answered. One thing is for sure, as I mentioned already in the beginning of the video, never put all your eggs in one basket. And if you love cryptocurrency so much, especially if you are investing only in Bitcoin or other top cryptocurrency, you can store them in so many wallets. Therefore, there is no excuse to put them in one wallet only. So if you do get hacked or something should happen, you don't end up losing all your funds. Now, of course, my preferred method will be the hardware wallet, but I know there are certain cryptocurrency not supported by hardware wallet. As I mentioned, some people saying, oh, he's stupid for not using hardware wallet, but unfortunately there are cryptocurrency not supported by hardware wallet, and one has to rely on desktop wallets and whatnot. But for that same reason, try to spread them around in different wallets so this doesn't happen. But come on, hardware wallet is not that expensive. For top cryptocurrency, other cryptocurrencies, just spread them around in few wallets. So hopefully this doesn't happen to anybody else. What do you think? Warit lost the funds due to Coinomi and Google error? Warit didn't lose the funds and he's just claiming that he lost the funds, or Warit lost the funds due to some other possible hack? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you are using Coinbase desktop wallet, just watch it to the latest version and let me know what you think.